All right, now we're going to use the quadratic formula with inequalities. It works the same way. So this is your quadratic formula. And remember again, this is A, that's B, that's C. So let's get those written down. Okay, and then this part's a review, but we're going to take these, insert them in here. So 2 times 1. So that one's going to be 2. Negative b would be negative 8. 8 to the second, 8 times 8. And 4 times a times c, which is going to be 4 times 1 times 15, which is going to give you 60. We're going to subtract that and get 4. Square root of 4 is 2. And then we're going to do negative 8 and a positive 2 in a t-chart, which is going to give us a negative 6. A negative 8 and a negative 2, which is going to give us a negative 10. We're going to reduce, reduce. And if this was an equal, if this was an equation, we'd be done. So this is where we left off with on part 1. Now in this example though, because there is not an equal sign there, what we need to do is we need to put these on a number line. Okay, so on a number line here, I'm going to make this a little bit bigger actually. Because this is what we got when we put these into the quadratic formula, we're going to circle those on our number line. And there's a couple ways you could do this. You could circle those. Remember, you could also use parentheses as well. Then what you're going to do is you're going to do a little test region. Now remember, these would be filled in circles or brackets if this had a line underneath it. So keep that in mind. If this has a line underneath it, those would be either filled in circles or brackets. It's optional depending on the problem and the instructions. So now I'm going to pick a random number to plug into here. And I'm going to use a 0. So I'm looking right here. And I'm going to plug it in. So when I plug a 0 into there, 1 times 0 to the second, 0 to the second, 0 times 0, 0, 0 times 1, 0. So this circle's basically going to turn invisible and this is going to go away. So then this one here, we're going to take, again, this 0 here, plug it in, 8 times 0, again 0, and that circle's also going to disappear. So again, if you're not understanding what I'm doing here, I'm taking this 0 and I'm plugging it in for x in both of those, which would get rid of this one and get rid of this. And then this says that 15 is less than 0. We know that's a false statement. So because 15 is less than 0 is false, we put false. Now this point is on this side of the bubble, so this is basically my region from -3 over here that I'm testing out. By default, every one of these regions, every other one of these regions will always be the same. So whatever this region is, skip this region, and the next one will always be the same as that one. And now we're going to go back up to our problem, our original problem. I'm going to pick another point in between here somewhere. I'll just go with -4. So -4 to the second. Remember, a negative times a negative is a positive. So it's going to be 16 times 1, which will give you 16. And again, this is my new test point that I'm using right here. We already used this test point. Positive 8 times -4 is going to be -32. Bring your positive 15 down. And when you t-chart these all together, you're going to get a -1. and -1 is less than 0. That's true. So since that's true, you shade in the section that's true, which will be this right here. And remember, if they wanted you to put this in interval notation, these would not be circles, these would be parentheses. And your interval notation would be -5, comma, -3, all in parentheses.